This here is a roughly 6-pound USDA choice boneless rib roast that I picked up at our local Wegmans. Let me say this is prime rib. Prime means primal cut, not prime grade. Choice is perfectly fine. And I bought this on a Tuesday and I wanted it for Christmas dinner on Saturday. The USDA recommends cooking beef within 3 to 5 days of what, I don't know, but Wegmans gave this roast a best by date of Wednesday. So what's the real rule? Do I risk it, freeze it, thaw it later, or do I just cook it and buy another one? All this had me wondering, though, because there is another way to hold beef without freezing well beyond 5 days, even for several months, and it's dry aging. Now, of course, to get all the full benefits of dry aging like tenderness, enhanced flavor, and those blue cheese notes, you really need like 28 days plus. So this short window of time won't give you all that, but it will hold the beef and permit it to lose some moisture, which may, in turn, give it better flavor and possibly give us better bark. We'll see. To accomplish this, I'm using a small pan, a drying rack, and some cheesecloth. The rack will elevate the beef so it can be exposed to oxygen, and the cheesecloth will allow it to breathe without excessive moisture loss. From here, it's into the coldest part of the fridge, which is usually the bottom, and set up to run below 40 degrees. See you in a couple days. Merry Christmas! Let's see what we got. Well, moment of truth here. Now, as you can see, the roast still has that really pronounced red color. I can tell you without a doubt, the exterior is definitely drier. And after some trimming, I started to wonder if I should have made sure this was shaped well before I put it in the drying rack, because the more round it is, the more even it'll cook. And this thing was tougher than I expected. So much so that I did a check of the internal temperature. And in the deep center, it was reading 29 degrees. It was weird because the exterior was not frozen and nothing in the fridge was frozen above or below it. So I don't know what happened here, but it didn't matter. It had to be cooked. After some twine, some Worcestershire, and olive oil, I seasoned the roast with some Gibson's Steakhouse seasoning salt. I love you too, big girl. And remember, we're cooking beef today, so it's gotta be Texas style. Once the offset had settled in, roast was going on just after 3:30, placed in the dead center. Now, if you watch my channel, you know my Pecos is running with no baffle and a stack extension, and these bricks here are just to elevate the water pan, just to see if I can move that hot spot further back to the firebox. It's not important, I'm just experimenting. While running this pit around 250 or so, the roast sat at 29 degrees in the center for nearly an hour and 45 minutes, until it finally started to climb. I thought for sure this thing would not cook evenly, but I had to push on. Another hour and 15 minutes and the roast had reached 100 degrees, so I basted it with some Worcestershire and melted butter with rosemary. I don't know if it adds anything, but it looks like I know what I'm doing. Just after 7 p.m., this baby had finally crested over 120 degrees. Check out the internal with my thermopen at dead center, and it's at 121. Perfect. Considering carryover, I think this is the best temperature to pull it to ensure it stays at a nice medium rare. See there? No crusty bottom, thanks to that baffle removal. Gonna take this inside the house and let it rest for 15 minutes. Alright, so it's time for the big reveal. Look at that. Cooked evenly, side to side, top to bottom, end to end. Pretty surprising, honestly. It was super tender too, and that added smoke flavor from post oak on an offset with beef, man, it can't be beat. Now, did this quasi-dry aging add anything? I don't know. Frankly, I don't know if it even worked. I may have froze it accidentally. Either way, though, it all worked out. It finished perfectly, and no one got sick. Well, that's my video. Have a Happy New Year. See you in the next one.